Good Friday morning. Coffee with the Tigg for June 7th, 2018. Okay, I'm going to touch on this right off the bat. No grip. I think the big issue with everybody with no grip, again, the necklace is reflecting light. So there we go. Just a dragon t-shirt or something I wear. Anyway, the issue with no grip is the fact that they relatively had an easy navigation system there, really easy to find stuff, and their native language. Now, Drive Italia is relatively easy to navigate once you translate it to English. And I think everything, including the Brickyard Legend mods, are over there because I don't go over there that often. Um, Again, no grip. If it wasn't a no grip, I really didn't look for it other than one other place that's not relatively available to everyone. But check out Drive Italia. I think it's .net. I'm not 100% sure. It's Italian, of course, Italia. It does translate to English pretty smoothly on Google or Chrome. So I haven't checked. I'll actually probably wind up checking today or tomorrow or something like that, or might completely forget like I normally do about things like that. But we've, sim racers have survived sites going down for years, years and years and years and years and years. Just because you're used to something, it doesn't mean that you can't get used to something else. It's what I call laziness. Um, just because it's gone doesn't mean it's can't be replaced. And that's the problem. A lot of people just think, oh, it can't be replaced. And I think a lot of it had to do with its native language. It's one of the few sites for GTR2 that's in English. Needless to say, it translates. Every other site does usually translate to English. Sometimes not really well, but I was on a Japanese site for one of a mod that only bits and pieces of it work because they borrow cars from here, borrow cars from there, and those mods didn't work, and I had to get them from unreputable sources. And Their cars worked, but the extra cars, some of the other cars didn't complete the series that were already made. You had to, they just messed up. Their version of prototypes, Japanese version of prototypes, which I have in R Factor, and that one completely works. It was one download, all the cars in one mod, not this car from that mod. Download this car for the English Dan. It does work, and gather your thoughts. Download a mod for one car, download another car mod for another car, and then you have the complete mod. No, that mod wasn't like that, but the one for GTR2 is like that. And their main mod page is in Japanese. And I hit translate, took a minute, and it translated it all to English. No big deal. But if you want I forget, to JGTC, I think that's what it's called. Get the R Factor one. If you have R Factor, get that mod, because that mod's a lot prettier and easier. One download and it's done, finished. Anyway, I was watching these two kids last night on YouTube. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning my time, and they were doing a live stream for NR2K stuff, and they were showing an AI race. As as soon as I asked and everybody saw that it was an AI race, they all booked out of the room because they thought they were watching a real race, real people racing. Um, I did. And then shortly after I asked the question, they ended that session, and they went to bullshitting, and I just stuck around just listening. How I don't know why I stuck around for as long as I did. I was almost on that for probably 20 minutes listening to these kids just jabber on about everything and anything, and kind of like what I do, except I do it alone. And then one kid was on the phone, and he hung up on him, or on Skype or something like that. But anyway, that was really, I mean, they could have been more than 18 years old, and it was, like I said, 2:30 in the morning, 2 to 2:30 I watched this thing. So I'm hoping they were on West Coast time. They were 2 hours behind me, and it was only 10 o'clock at night. Because my kids would have never been able to get away with that. I would have heard them talking, and I would have beat some butts. Anyway, so if you're going to do a podcast of a race, make sure you say it's AI racing and not real people, because people will get the the misrepresentation that you're showing a real race in a podcast. So just word to the wise, if they even paid attention to who was in their room. They asked why I was in the room for so long. I said, let's wait to see how stupid they would get. And I honestly said that in their little chat box. Waiting around to see how stupid you guys can actually get is something along that line is what I said. Well, there you go. Wasn't very entertaining. It was kind of stupid, and I was just pushing it off, going to bed. Basically, is what I was doing. And then, I did run some hot lapping, and I did some testing of hot lapping. Either my driving skills are getting really bad, or my wheel is really beginning to fail me. Excuse me. I don't know what it is. It's either my driving skills are really starting to show, because previous computers could never get decent frame rates, so I always had ample time to say, hey, here comes a corner, I can slam on the brakes. Now the corner's there. So it could be my driving skills. I could really be a sucky ass driver. Really. Because it's just like normal driving now. Frame rates are so damn high that it doesn't even stutter. Even when it stutters, it doesn't stutter to the point where it affects, it goes from 200 to 150 or 175. So, it doesn't even affect it. So I could really be showing off that I am really a sucky ass driver and just stop doing. No, I'm not going to stop because I enjoy it, but it really work on improving my driving skills more than likely. Yeah, my throat's kind of messed up this morning. A whole bunch of phlegm in it. That's why all the coffee sipping. And it also kills time. I don't know. Where was I going with this? Oh, insight into Tigg. He does actually read actual hardback and paperback books. He's reading Clive Cussler right now. So, and I've been reading his Dirt Picks series for like 2.5, 3 years now, and I'm about halfway through the, I think, 25 book catalog. So there you go. There's something else that Tigg does when he's not sim racing, not working, not taking care of everything he needs to take care of. He spends about 10, 20 minutes a day reading actual books, adventure books. That's what he does. The Tigg is well diverse. Listens to all kinds of music, watches all kinds of stuff, mostly science fiction, or old science fiction, but a lot of today's science fiction is kind of weird, but needless to say, it's, it is what it is. Anyway, sim racing. Because like hot lapping, you watch this and you're not a member of the Nods, go join up, do some hot lapping. I like it. I love it, actually. More than I should, obviously, by my driving skills that I've been seeing of late. Yeah. Needless to say, I don't remember what I was going to say. I really don't. It just right out of my mind. Anyway, I had mentioned one time doing a live one of these things. I don't think I could do it live, because this is about as live as I can get. I couldn't carry on for live like this. And I don't have a camera on my computer, for one thing, so all my cameras are so old, they don't work with Windows 10 at all, period, end of question. I mean, you think a camera would be a camera and it would work, but it's so outdated that they don't work with Windows 10. They're analog cameras, they're not digital. Whoop-de-doo, it's not digital. Well, whatever. It would probably be crappy looking anyway. So you probably never see one of these live unless something really special happens, or I get together with a couple of guys and we do a bull session talking about sim racing. That would be interesting, getting a couple, 3 guys from Stenod. Damn nose. Damn allergies. Get a couple guys from Stenod over, go on here, range of time. That might be neat. And just bullshit about sim racing. for an hour and have a live coffee with Tigg. And then you'll see me get SIGs then too, but yeah, might get them on Skype or something, and then put it on the screen, get a camera, or get one of my cameras to work. I've got 2 or 3 of them. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, that's Coffee with the Tigg. Smoke me a kipper. I'll be back for breakfast. Maybe one day I'll explain that to you guys.